So one of the challenges that we are overcoming even still is Ethereum gas fees or high Ethereum gas fees. So for example, when we started our project in April this year, the gas fees were reasonable, but of course with the growth of Ethereum price and the network getting congested with NFTs, the gas price increased significantly. So we had to change our approach, taking this into consideration.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And if you are listening from the States, I'm really hoping you guys had a great Thanksgiving. In today's podcast, we have Val from Orion Money, and I am super excited to know his insights on the latest development in DeFi, specifically yield generation from stablecoins. He is actually joining us straight from Miami, where everything is happening in the DeFi space this week. In short, Orion Money is a cross-chain stablecoins bank and dApp on the Terra blockchain, and it enables high yields from stablecoin assets in between 15 to 25% APY. Really huge welcome to you, Val.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
All right. Well, why don't we get straight into it? Well, what do you see in the space that kind of sparked the idea to create Orion Money?
Yes, absolutely happy to share. So the idea for Orion Money came from us watching the start of the Anchor protocol on Terra. So essentially, Anchor protocol is a money market that generates yields for the Terra UST for the depositors at around 20%. And this yield is uniquely generated not from the borrower's interest, but actually from the proof of stake rewards of the assets that borrowers deposit at the Anchor. And this is really a revolutionary idea because nobody currently is doing this way. Typically, borrowing markets pay yield directly from the borrowers. But one limitation that we saw with Anchor was that for Anchor, you need to deposit Terra USD, and you need to do this on the Terra blockchain. And our initial idea for Orion Money was to basically bring Anchor to as many stable coins and as many blockchains as possible. And then we started to add more features for our users, like we're planning to do variable yield, we're planning to do debit cards, Orion Pay, and so on.
Amazing. Can you kind of tell me what the status quo of stablecoins yield generation is like? And kind of what does Orion Money bring to the table?
Yes, absolutely. So typically for stable coins on Ethereum or BSC or any other blockchain, you have what's called like borrowing market, lending market, where the DeFi platform is providing like a space for the lender and borrower to enter and interact. And essentially, lender provides some assets which borrower borrows, takes a loan for, and borrower pays interest that essentially minus the platform fees get sent to the lender. And this results in typically not very high rate. So for stable coins like on Aave or Compound, you get around 3, 4, maybe 5, 6%. But also this rate is variable. It changes every day or sometimes many times per day. And essentially this creates an issue for the lender when you deposit your stable coins and you don't know how much money you're going to make. So essentially Anchor protocol and now Orion Money working with Anchor protocol removes this uncertainty We provide right now exactly 15% APY for any stablecoin, USDT, USDC, DAI, BUSD, currently on Ethereum. This week we're also launching on Polygon and soon on BSC, Terra as well, and so on. So we are planning to bring as many blockchains as possible.
Awesome. What are some of the challenges and the milestones that your team has had to overcome before releasing the Orion Saver?
Yes, that's a great question. And, you know, in crypto, everything moves so fast that challenges can become actually opportunities. So that's actually great space to be for this. So one of the challenges that we are overcoming even still is Ethereum gas fees or high Ethereum gas fees. So, for example, when we started our project in April this year, the gas fees were reasonable, but of course, with the growth of Ethereum price and the network getting congested with NFTs, the gas price increased significantly. So we had to change our approach, taking this into consideration. So, for example, originally we planned to have Orion Saver primarily on Ethereum because the most of stablecoins are there. But because of the gas fees, we started to become cross-chain application almost from the start. So Orion Saver is currently on Ethereum, but will be on Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, Terra very shortly, because we see that many of our users they would like to pay less in gas fees. So we are definitely speeding up our cross-chain development to help with that.
Great. Can you tell us more about the Orion token and what benefits there are into becoming a stakeholder?
Yes, absolutely. So Orion token is actually at the center of Orion Money ecosystem. It's the governance token for Orion Money, but actually it provides many benefits to the users and stakers. So the first benefit is that by staking Orion, you can increase the yield that you are getting from Orion Saver. So currently we are providing stable 15% yield on all stable coins that users deposit, but we are planning to increase this yield to 20, potentially even 25%, based on the amount that depositors, Orion Money, based on the Orion token amount that depositors stake. Also, if you agree to receive part of or all of your interest in Orion token, you can increase this interest even more. And also, Orion stakers are receiving staking rewards, which are powered partially from yields and partially from Orion Money Validator Commission from Terra. So we are #1 validator in Terra blockchain. And also any new products that will be launching, such as Orion Yield, Orion Insurance, Orion Pay, and debit cards. Orion stakers will receive a part of the revenue from those products at their staking rewards. So essentially, we put the Orion token at the center, and then we are planning and developing all of our products to provide value to Orion stakers.
Excellent. That's what Gate users like to hear. In terms of governance, what's your vision for a fully decentralized Orion Money ecosystem? Maybe you could also give us a few examples of the changes that stakeholders will be able to propose and vote on.
Yes, absolutely. So we understand that decentralized DeFi has to be decentralized. This is the only approach to do it right way. So right now we have a community of like over 150,000 across Twitter and our Telegram. We have 15 regional communities, so we have very high community engagement. Our core team is relatively small. We have like 8 developers, 1 designer, 2 commercial people, so around like 12 people right now. But community is helping us a lot. So for example, we have 25 plus administrators on our Telegram channels, and they all volunteers and they are doing amazing job. So going forward, we are planning for Orion to be a truly governance token in the Orion Money ecosystem, and essentially we are planning to transition Orion Money into DAO. So this means that everybody who stakes Orion token will be able to vote on proposals or create proposals for Orion Money. And essentially the core team will become just another member of the community. So as example, this, for example, will allow us to create proposals about new features and get the feedback and interest from the community, and actually for community to decide where they would like this feature to be developed. So essentially by voting with Orion. And even more, we have a large community fund which is locked right now, but will be slowly unlocked for the community usage once we transition to DAO. And then, for example, this feature proposal will include a funding, and not only the core team, but any other developers will be able to participate and win this proposal for the funding and develop some new features. So we think in this way, we'll be able to not only decentralize Orion Money, but essentially make it much more scalable as well. Because any developer on a blockchain, they can come and win a proposal and develop Orion Money, the new features and so on.
Thank you. That was really comprehensive. Now, since you are in Miami at, DeFi conference, I did want to ask you about your view on the development and the influence of DeFi. And, especially since you're there, where do you kind of see this space being in 5 years or maybe next year and 2 years?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, one observation that I have, and this is not a secret, I think anybody who's in crypto, they see this, that crypto is becoming more and more mainstream, and DeFi is becoming more mainstream as well. Of course, we are still very early, and I think primarily reason is because DeFi is still very technical. To use DeFi applications, you need to understand, the user needs to understand what they are doing. So to connect wallet, to have some specific tokens, to deposit and so on. But I think with time and probably very quickly, and this is our goal as well, it will be much more simplified. So we see more and more just regular retail users, so people who just either trade or like bought small amounts of crypto, become very interested in DeFi. So for example, we have a booth for Orion Money at the Decentralized conference in Miami. And we have more and more people coming and asking us how to earn yield. And many of these people just entered crypto maybe in the last 3 to 6 months. So I think DeFi will become more simpler, much easier for the regular users to earn yield, and the cross-chain will become simpler as well. So this is our goal too, is to make it easy for any user to come deposit their stable coins and potentially soon to deposit fiat as well, and earn high stable yield that they can't get in real life. Because when you go to the bank, you get at maximum maybe like 0.5% per year. But in DeFi, at Orion Money, you can get at least 15%, and we'll be increasing this to 20 and more. and other applications provide maybe lower APY, but still try to provide a good APY. So I see more and more people entering DeFi, and DeFi really going mainstream in 2022 and bridging to the real life. So more and more non-crypto users will be benefiting from DeFi.
Thank you. It's always great to have an expert's opinion on this kind of thing. Final question. Can you tell us more about the roadmap ahead? What can we expect in 2022 and beyond?
Yes, absolutely. So not even in 2022, but still for this year, we're very busy with development. Our developers are coding non-stop. So for example, this week we are launching Orion Saver on Polygon to help users to deposit and withdraw to Orion Saver with very low gas and high speeds. So we'll support USDT, USDC, DAI. Please watch our socials for the announcement on that. Then also we'll be launching on Binance Smart Chain, I would say within next month and a half. And then we are planning to develop other features for Orion Money. Like I mentioned, Orion Pay, the variable yield, the insurance. So this is all planned for Q1. And debit cards. So we are in conversations with debit card providers already. And we think that potentially we'll be able to launch it maybe even in Q1. We have it in plan for Q2, but we might be able to launch it even in Q1, so sooner than we planned. Yeah, so the sky is the limit. There is definitely so much to do in DeFi, and we are very happy to bring next millions of people to DeFi and to Terra ecosystem.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Val. This wraps up our podcast. But before you go, is there anything that you want to share with your community and supporters?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank everybody who supports Orion Money. So as I mentioned, we have community administrators on Telegram. They are doing an amazing job. Thank you guys for that. Everybody, all our users and early users who are benefiting from Orion Saver, thank you again for supporting us and earning your independence, financial independence with us. Yes, and if you are interested to learn more, please go to orion.money website. And read about Orion Money, maybe deposit a small amount to see how much you earn, and if you're happy with that, deposit more. So we would like to bring as much yield in a safe and secure way to as many people as possible.
Thanks so much, Val, and I look forward to seeing how things progress with Orion in the months and years to come. Everyone,
thank you.
Everyone, stay tuned for the latest insights by hitting the subscribe button. And before you go, check out the link in the description below. Be part of the latest giveaway. Thanks, guys.